In this video, I will go over 6 things you should know about Alexander the Great and what makes him so important in history. Let me know what you thought was the most interesting by dropping a comment below. Number 1. The Prodigy King. Few names echo with the same power as that of Alexander the Great. A prodigy, a visionary, a legendary conqueror. But every legend has a beginning, and our story starts in the ancient kingdom of Macedonia in 356 BCE, in the royal court of King Philip II and Queen Olympias. Here in the royal family, a young prince named Alexander was nurtured to inherit a legacy of power and brilliance. The king, a seasoned warrior, instilled in his son the art of warfare and the nuances of leadership from a tender age. Meanwhile, Queen Olympias fueled young Alexander's spirit with tales of divine destinies, seeding a robust belief in his grand, God-given mission on this earth. A prodigy in every sense, Alexander's education was undertaken by the finest minds of the time. At the age of 13, he began studying under the guidance of the great philosopher Aristotle. It was in the intellectual sanctum crafted by Aristotle that Alexander nurtured a deep love for literature, philosophy, and science. The great philosopher recognized the fiery spirit and keen intellect of young Alexander, fostering a bond that went beyond books and theories. Aristotle presented him with an annotated copy of Homer's Iliad, a text that became Alexander's constant companion, a manual of heroic behavior, guiding him through the battles and conquests that lay in his future. But Alexander was not just a scholar, immersed in philosophical pursuits. He was a warrior, trained to battle, ready to carve out his destiny with sword and shield. At just 16, the young prince was tasked with governing Macedonia in his father's absence, a test he passed with flying colors, suppressing a rebellion and showcasing his strategic acumen. And when he turned 18, the world witnessed the fiery spirit of the Macedonian prince in the Battle of Chaeronea, a testament to his courage, his intellect, and his indomitable will. It was clear even then that Alexander was not just another prince. He was a force of nature, a young man with a vision far beyond his years, destined to unite worlds and forge empires. As we revisit the early chapters of Alexander's life, we see not just a young prince, but a prodigy, a young mind honing itself for the great responsibilities that awaited. The world was yet unaware of the storm that was brewing. In the heart of this young Macedonian, a storm that would sweep across continents, leaving a legacy that would echo through millennia. In the fiery eyes of young Alexander, we see a glimpse of the great leader he was to become. A visionary, a king, a legend crafted not just from conquests, but forged in the crucible of his formative years. A time of learning, of dreaming, of becoming Alexander the Great. Number 2. An unbeatable streak. With the ancient world as his playground, Alexander orchestrated campaigns that spanned 3 continents, facing formidable adversaries, vast distances, and challenging terrains. Yet against all odds, he remained unbeaten, a testament to his innovative strategies and unparalleled leadership. Alexander's approach to warfare was both scientific and artistic. He devised strategies that were ahead of his time, maneuvering his forces with a level of precision that left enemies confused. His use of the phalanx formation, a tight-knit unit of spearmen moving as a single entity, became a symbol of his military ingenuity. The battlegrounds bore witness to his genius, one after another falling to his strategic mastery. From the banks of Granicus to the plains of Issus and the decisive confrontation at Gaugamela, Alexander displayed a deep understanding of the art of war, turning potential defeats into victories with swift adaptations and inspired tactics. Leading from the front, Alexander embodied the spirit of courage and determination. He was often seen in the heart of the battle, his iconic armor shining under the sun, rallying his troops and charging fearlessly into the enemy lines, inspiring loyalty and courage in his men. And in the grand game of kings and power, Alexander's encounters with other great leaders of the time, including the Persian king Darius III, showcased not just his might but his magnanimity and vision, as he aimed to merge the best of Greek and Persian worlds, forging a new path of enlightened leadership. From Asia Minor to Egypt, and deep into the realms of Persia, Alexander's streak of victories was more than just a series of military conquests. It was a journey of discovery, of uniting disparate lands and cultures, an unbeatable streak that stood testament to a visionary's undying spirit to reach further, to conquer not just lands but hearts and minds. As we look back on Alexander's unbeaten streak, we witness a leader forged in the crucible of battle, a man whose tactics were etched not just in sand tables but in the annals of history, leaving a legacy of victory, a legacy of unity, and a testament to the unyielding spirit of mankind's pursuit of greatness. Alexander was not just great, he was unbeatable, a force that reshaped the world, leaving a mark that time could never erase. Number 3. The cultural fusion. Alexander's reign marked an era where boundaries transcended geographical lines to delve into the deeper realms of culture and spirituality. With each conquest, he nurtured a vision, a harmonious world where the essence of every civilization would be celebrated, respected, and harmoniously coexisting. As he traversed through lands diverse and distant, Alexander encouraged the mingling of customs and traditions. He adopted Persian attire, an act that was more than a diplomatic gesture. It was a symbol of unity, a nod to the rich tapestry of cultures that were becoming a part of his expansive realm. In the cities he founded, named Alexandria in various regions, one could witness the symphonious echo of a new world. These cities were melting pots of Greek and local traditions, embodying Alexander's dream of a united, harmonious society where knowledge, art, and philosophy flowed as freely as the rivers through his vast empire. This era of unification fostered a rich exchange of ideas, giving birth to a period known as Hellenistic civilization, a fusion of Greek and Eastern cultures. In the grand libraries and learning centers of the time, scholars and thinkers from different corners of the world came together, sharing wisdom and forging connections that transcended borders. On the personal front, Alexander took a revolutionary step, marrying Roxana of Bactria, forging a bond that was a testimony to his commitment to unity. In the grand ceremony at Susa, he orchestrated mass weddings between his Greek officers and Persian women, a potent symbol of the merging worlds, a gesture of love transcending boundaries. As we revisit the reign of Alexander, we see a leader who dreamed of a world devoid of divisive lines of ethnicity and culture. Through his policies and personal choices, Alexander fostered an environment where unity was not enforced but embraced, where diversity was not a weakness but a strength, forging a world enriched by the collective heritage of the great civilizations of his time. In the Chronicle of Alexander the Great, we find a golden chapter of unification, a vision brought to life through respect, understanding, and the harmonious blend of cultures. A vision that reminds us even today of the beauty in unity, the strength in diversity, and the unparalleled richness of a world united in harmony. Number 4. Untangling destiny. It's a story of destiny untangled, of metal tested, at the crossroads of prophecy and ambition, the tale of the Gordian knot. In the ancient city of Gordium, nestled in the heart of Phrygia, stood an enigmatic challenge that had perplexed minds for generations. A chariot tied with an intricate knot, so complex, so entwined that none could unravel its mysteries, a knot bound with prophecies and the whispers of destiny. Many had tried and failed to loosen the Gordian knot, a challenge that bore the weight of a prophecy, that whoever could unravel the knot would become the ruler of all of Asia, a beacon of destiny. It awaited a mind brilliant enough, a spirit audacious enough to untangle its labyrinthine coils. Then came Alexander, a young king ablaze with ambition, his heart set on carving a legacy unmatched, a reign unbounded. In Gordium, destiny beckoned, inviting him to try his hand at the seemingly impossible task, a task echoing with the promises of greatness and power. As Alexander stood before the knot, the air pulsated with anticipation. The world held its breath as he inspected the intricate weaves, a maze of relentless complexity. Here was a test of not just skill but of vision, of seeing beyond the apparent into realms of possibility untrodden. And then, in a moment that would resonate through history, Alexander drew his sword, the blade gleaming with resolve. With a decisive strike, he cleaved through the knot, severing the enigmatic binds that had defied solution for generations. The Gordian knot lay untangled, yielding to a force unrestrained by norms, unbounded by convention. In that singular act of audacious insight, the prophecy found fulfillment. A path to unparalleled conquest lay open, a path of glory, of an empire stretching across continents, woven from the threads of courage, vision, and the relentless pursuit of destiny. As we unravel the layers of this legendary tale, we witness a leader unafraid to forge his path, to redefine the boundaries of possible and impossible. The tale of the Gordian knot stands as a testament to Alexander's indomitable spirit, his visionary leadership, and his readiness to carve through the complexities of fate, to untangle destiny and forge a legacy etched in the annals of time, forever synonymous with the boldness of vision and the audacity of action. Number 5. To the ends of the earth. In the landscape of antiquity, where the bounds of the world were yet unknown, there arose a figure burning with an insatiable desire to carve a path to the farthest reaches of the earth. It was Alexander, a young leader envisioning a world united under a single banner, a world explored to its very ends. With each step of his grand campaign, Alexander pushed further, driven by an insatiable curiosity, a longing to unveil the mysteries that lay beyond the horizon, known to man. His ambition was more than conquest, it was a journey into the unknown, an exploration of the limitless potential of humanity. From the Hellenic lands to the vibrant cultures of Persia, through unforgiving deserts and across towering mountain ranges, Alexander's path ventured into regions uncharted, territories untouched by preceding generations. It was a journey marked by relentless pursuit, a march towards the envisioned end of the world. Yet the journey was not without its perils, facing natural barriers that seemed insurmountable, grappling with climates foreign and harsh. Alexander and his men forged on, a testament to human determination, an embodiment of the adventurous spirit that dwells in the heart of mankind. As they journeyed, they encountered cultures diverse and rich, a mosaic of human civilization unveiling before them. With each encounter, a tapestry of understanding and unity began to weave itself, a testimony to Alexander's dream of a world brought together through knowledge, respect, and shared experiences. The expedition reached its zenith in the Indian subcontinent, a land of vibrant traditions and ancient wisdom. Here, at what was believed to be the edge of the known world, Alexander faced the ultimate decision: to forge onward or to acknowledge the bounds of human endeavor. Yet amidst the boundless ambition lay a deep-seated recognition of the human essence of his journey. The men who had followed him, the lands that awaited their return. A realization dawned that the true end of the world was to be found in the embrace of the familiar, in the community, forged through shared dreams and hardships. As we trace the footsteps of Alexander in his monumental journey, we witness not just a campaign of conquest, but a voyage of discovery, an odyssey, into the unknown realms of the earth and the spirit of humanity. A journey unyielding, marked by courage, vision, and an unwavering desire to reach beyond the apparent, to seek the ends of the earth, and in doing so, uncover the boundless potential of the human spirit, forever etched in the annals of history as a journey to the very ends of the known world. Number 6. The Enigma of the End. As the sun set on the epoch of Alexander the Great, a shadow of mystery enveloped the final chapter of the life of the legendary conqueror. The vibrant tapestry of his life, rich with conquests and unification, met with an end shrouded in questions, theories, and enigma. What lay behind the untimely demise of one of history's greatest leaders? At the young age of 32, at the zenith of his power, the invincible Alexander fell to an adversary, unseen, unknown. The accounts of his final days vary, weaving a complex narrative that leaves historians piecing together a puzzle that spans centuries. It began with a fever, a sudden illness that gripped the vibrant leader, rendering the once indefatigable conqueror bedridden. Days turned to weeks and the world held its breath as the fever raged on, a relentless enemy laying siege to the great king. The circumstances surrounding his death give rise to an array of theories, each weaving a different narrative. Was it a natural ailment, a malignant fever that claimed him? Or was it the result of a sinister plot, a poison potent enough to bring down the great Alexander? Some theories propose natural causes, pointing to diseases prevalent in that era such as typhoid fever or malaria. Others venture into the realms of conspiracy, suggesting a well-orchestrated assassination through poisoning, a claim echoed through the ages yet unproven, fueling the fires of speculation and mystery. Regardless of the true cause, the demise of Alexander left a void impossible to fill. An empire orphaned, a world in mourning, and the dawn of an era of fragmentation and power struggles, as Alexander's vast empire grappled with the sudden loss of its visionary leader. As we delve into the enigmatic end of Alexander's journey, we find ourselves navigating a maze of theories, each echoing the whispers of history, yet none unveiling the full truth. His end remains a canvas of myriad shades of mystery, a puzzle intertwined with legend, fostering a legacy that, much like the great king himself, transcends the bounds of mortality, venturing into the realms of the mythical. In the annals of history, the final chapter of Alexander the Great stands as an unsolved mystery, a narrative punctuated with questions that beckon scholars, historians and enthusiasts alike to seek answers to unravel the enigma of the end, a journey into the heart of one of history's greatest mysteries, the death of Alexander the Great.